program. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of the Neverreap 500. Last we were here, contender Scuro, whatever the fuck his last name is, had entered the ring again as an astrologian and actually managed to break former champion Azillia Crimson record of 8. So the current record stands at 9, and today we have Azillia back to reclaim his title. So Azillia, go ahead, and whenever you are ready, go ahead and get started. Joining me here for commentary is the current reigning champ, Scuro. Scuro, how you doing today?
Pretty good. Looking forward to this matchup.
How are you feeling about it?
A little nervous because last time I downplayed Azillia and I thought he was gonna fail, and he actually did fucking awesome.
When Azillia first did it, because this is actually only Azillia's second time. So Azillia had actually made the record of 8 on his first attempt, and prior to that, you had set the record at 4. So he had doubled it easily. And now the Neverreap record, or the Neverreap 500, has been around for a while. We've seen quite a few varying strategies pop out amongst them, and everyone who has came in more than once has done better than they did the previous time as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how a Titan astrologian like Azillia has improved from the last time, including the fact that he's going to have much better gear than he did the first time as well.
Well, as you're saying this, it's very interesting because rather than moving the totem that he did on his initial run, he's actually decided to go against that. On top of that, he's also in diurnal stance, which is different from his nocturnal stance. That actually inspired me to go nocturnal.
I don't think that Azillia had actually tried to do the totem moving strategy in his first one, because Thor Carson was actually the first one to come up with that strategy, though it failed him miserably.
Mm-hmm.
So already we can see that that there are 2 totems up on the field, and Azillia's lapping around. Now, the bleeding effect that Kanuvanu puts on you, how bad is that? Because I know that's something that you have to be able to erase off of yourself fairly quickly.
Very early on, it's actually not bad at all. It's kind of a joke. But once you start getting to that 3 to 4 totems, that bleed becomes very large chunks off your HP.
Does the bleed increases in power depending on how many totems there are?
Based on the totems, that it does. Because it actually increases Vanu's damage overall.
I see. Now, another question I have, is there a cast time on the healer limit break? Because I noticed the last time that you were in here, you had actually managed to get the limit break gauge back up to full, but I don't think that you had noticed because you didn't try to use it.
Actually, I didn't notice that, so that's a good point.
Is there a cast time on the healer limit break then, or no?
I'm pretty sure there is.
I'm sure there's a stance lock, but I don't think there's actually a cast timer to it.
Okay.
There is a cast timer to the limit break. The only one that doesn't have it.
3 doesn't.
Well, you wouldn't want to necessarily use that then, because by the time you get to the point where you could use it, by the time it actually went off, you'd probably be smashed down. Now, you mentioned the stance that Azillia was in at the beginning. Now, I know that one of the stances is a regen, the other is a shield. Which one is it that you use?
Now, I used the Nocturnal, and so did Azillia for his first run. Which, initially, I was using Diurnal too, and I noticed that there wasn't as much damage mitigation, which becomes a big issue later on.
For those of us who aren't familiar with the ins and outs of healing, what's the difference between each one?
So, Diurnal gives regen, but does not give a shield, and Nocturnal gives a shield, which is mitigation.
And which do you think is more beneficial for you when doing the Neverreap 500?
They actually have the trade-off. So early on, Diurnal is far better because it's going to offset that bleed very easy without you having to take it off. So you don't have to stop. Whereas later on, Nocturnal is a lot better off because it's going to be basically a free stone skin. That's instant cast.
And what's he running through with right now? You said he started in the regen. Has he switched to the shield one yet?
Unfortunately, as an astrologer, you cannot swap when you're engaged. So now.
So whatever you go in as, you're stuck with that one then. All right, Azillia is now up to 6 totems, and this is where things start to get a little bit dicey. I mean, as you can see, he's already falling very quick. Oh my gosh, he's really getting down there. Oh, that was a close one. Ah. Now, your last run, you had the shield one up. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think that might have been the clincher, because I don't know if Azillia is going to be able to go as far as he was hoping to go. He's about to get his 7th totem up, and he's going to have to run through that totem. And here comes Kanu as well.
He's not blocking that damage. And that region doesn't have enough time to activate and get that HP back up.
Right.
He's really going to have to cast. He's really going to have to count him as
Oh, there it was. 7 totems this time. He didn't quite get to his last record. It was a nice try, though, Azillia. Maybe going in next time, he'll think about whether or not the regen serves as better of a purpose as what the shield one did. So, Scuro, you currently retain your championship title. You have anything to say to Azillia after attempting today?
I really got to know, was that a deliberate diurnal, or did we kind of forget about that? Because to me, honestly, like, it gets really dicey later on trying to rock that region. Like, it does not make up for that damage infliction, so just kind of curious in that sense.
Alright, well, Azillia doesn't have his mic today, but he is here with us on Discord. So, Azillia was going in with the regen stance. Was that a conscious choice? He said that he did forget to go in Nocturnal Sect, yes. So, perhaps next time we'll see what happens. Alright, well, thank you everybody for joining us for another exciting edition of the Neverreap 500. If you yourself find yourself in Neverreap and want to run the 500, if you can record it and upload it to YouTube, be sure to tweet it to us at Limit Break Radio, or send a message on Facebook with a link to Limit Break Radio, and we will be sure to maybe even commentate your run on one of our shows one of these times. So until next time, I'm Kyle Landis. Now let's kick this thing's ass now.
Do it.